Good morning. Welcome to this virtual meditation session brought to you by the Academy. My name's Judi, and as always, we'll wait a minute or two for souls to arrive. Give them a chance to settle into the space, get comfortable. It's your first time trying this, really easy setup. You just need a preferably quiet, seated space. So if you can stay seated rather than lying down, that's ideal. So a seated space where you're not likely to be disturbed is wonderful. That's about it. I have a water bottle handy in case I need to take some water, but otherwise it's very simple setup. And if you're a regular, that's fantastic, first off. But second, trying to use the same spot is great because you're building up a nice atmosphere in that spot, and it's going to support you every time you come into that space. You'll notice I'm kind of always in the same space. Yes, you probably recognize those fluffy looking things behind me. And this is sort of becoming my little meditation spot here at the Academy. So we'll wait just a few more seconds. I think this clock is slow. I think we're in different time zones, but we'll wait a few more seconds. Good morning to everyone. So nice to see familiar faces. Damn. I know, it's an interesting day, isn't it? Our theme is Lighten Up today. And here in Calgary, I don't know where you're located listening, but here in Calgary, it's this strange kind of foggy day. Good morning, Diana. It's a strange foggy day. So quite interesting. Light is very interesting to reflect on days like this. Good morning, Sandy. So today is the last day of a 5-day festival known as Diwali. You might have heard it mentioned a few times in the news. Usually it's to celebrate it, but then it showed up in the news to suggest that souls maybe tone down a little. It's a very joyous, prosperous festival. Maybe tone it down. There's usually fireworks and craziness. But in the current times where we have to be a little bit more subdued, the request to tone down the Diwali celebrations. And it's the first of a series of Festival of Lights at this time, and I love them all. Diwali, Hanukkah, Christmas, all of them, because of what they symbolize. They come at the darkest time of the year, and they really make us appreciate universally around the globe, we love light. And every once in a while I got to be in the spiritual headquarters of the Brahma Kumaris, which is in Madhuban in Rajasthan, at this time of year. And they put so much of their heart into decorating and preparing for Diwali. They use actual candles or diyas, and literally every few feet there's another candle. It's beautiful, and a huge canvas. I don't know how many thousands of candles they light. Wax, they're all standing along railings. It's remarkable. They don't use strings of lights like we do at Christmas that you plug in. They actually use candles, thousands of them all over. Absolutely beautiful. And I saw a video that was sent from the headquarters this year, and again, beautifully decorated. Hundreds and hundreds of lights, every building, every walkway. But usually it's filled with all of us. We're all there celebrating and lots of people. But this time it was almost no people, one or two. And if there was, they were just in meditation. It was this incredible, beautiful silence. A different kind of celebration, really going into the significance of light, which I think has a lot to do with silence. Light to us almost represents life. It's the first thing that shows up in many scriptures. God says, let there be light, as if this is top priority. No life is going to happen without light. So to reflect on how within ourselves, whatever is going on outside, however dark it may feel outside, physically or metaphorically, Can I stay light? Can I lighten up? Do we have a capacity, something within us that's like a switch, a light switch, that I could turn on with that self-mastery, turn on, and hopefully keep on. So sitting comfortably, and again, I like to keep the eyes kind of open, but again, it's for you to decide, to experiment, and making sure that the body is comfortable. We don't want it to pull our attention, so be supported, comfortable, and hopefully quite engaged physically, so the suggestion to be seated. And take a moment or two with the breath. Inhale, and as the air is slowly released from the lungs, how that magically cues the body to relax a little more. I thought I was relaxed, but then with the release of air, those invisible pockets of tension dissolve. And again, a deep breath in, and slowly releasing that air. And at the same time, releasing any tension. As if the body is coming to a true state of rest. Allowing it that moment, it's in constant motion during the day. So I'm just going to park the body and let it comfortably rest. And pulling my attention now from the body upwards to that place behind the forehead, stepping into my inner world of thoughts and feelings, memories, experiences, attitudes, and perceptions. It's a powerful place, my inner world. Perhaps the most powerful place in my life. It's from my inner world that I experience what's going on in the outer world. And so how important it is to take care of my inner world. In the outer world, if I step into a space that's completely dark, either the lights are off or the power has failed, and I start moving around, it's very frightening. Accidents happen, I stumble, I'm uncertain, I can't see, I make mistakes. But if I turn on the light, everything changes. I can see clearly. I move around with trust and confidence, with mastery. The same applies in my inner world. If the light is off inside, I feel uncertain, create thoughts of fear, I make mistakes, my decisions stumble. But if I can turn the light on in my inner world, I see everything differently. A complete shift in perspectives and attitudes. How do I turn the light on inside? I step into my inner meditation room, that sacred part of my inner world that's beyond day-to-day thoughts and the pressure of time. It's a very quiet place deep inside that's simple, uncluttered, a place where I can hear myself think rather than react. It's a place where I go to restore, to assess, and just to catch my breath. It's a sanctuary and a healing place. And this morning, stepping into my inner meditation space, my focus is only on one thing: light. It is said in the oldest scripture, the Gita, that meditation, inner reflection, that focus, is like having a candle in a windless place. Nothing that will blow out that candle, and yet such a pull to focus on that single light. And so through the centuries, around the world, souls have focused on a single candle, just to experience inner peace, freedom from stress, from fear, uncertainty, the comfort of focusing on that single light. In my inner meditation space, my sanctuary, I bring in front of my mind's eye the image of a solitary candle light, as if in the dark, seeming so vulnerable, and yet knowing so essential is this light. Just focusing inwards on that single spark of light, and the feeling that this light is so unique, radiating more than just physical light, feeling the warmth of that light, the calmness of that light, the power, the current of that light, the purity, the simplicity of that light, and how reflecting on that light, it's activating a quality, an experience, a memory within me. The feeling that at too am light. Where there is light, there is life. And that's me. That tiny spark of life that is me, just like a tiny spark of light. Radiating that sense of calm through my own mind. I am what energizes, gives power to this body. And my form is so simple, just being. Experiencing myself as being like that tiny spark of light. Life. And how precious is that light? How precious is the self? I am what makes this body move and decides the quality of expression through this body. Such a unique form of light am I, living a light, radiating qualities of peace, patience, forgiveness, love, truth, harmony. So many qualities from a single spark of light that is me. As what animates this body, I can move through the world peacefully, or lightly, or powerfully, lovingly, all depending on the state of myself, this point of light. And sitting here now, just feeling like a peaceful spark of light. A light radiating peace, reaching all the corners of the world. Just from me, this tiny spark, a powerful lightness of peace, radiating and wrapping around this globe, touching the minds of others on the other side of the world. Amazing how far the reach is of living light. Not just illuminating a single room, but able to reach around the world. When I, this living light, am calm, serene, at peace, I contribute so much to a world that desperately needs the light of peace. when we light a physical candle, we have to take such care that the light does not go out. How much care I will need to take today, every day, that I keep that lightness of the self intact, that my own lightness of being does not go out. Taking a moment every day and through the day just to remember I am living light. Very precious, so essential to the self and the world. Wishing you much happiness on this day of light and every day.